Good morning, guys. A lot of stuff to do today, but first, gotta go to the turf and get this football workout in. You're probably asking yourself, why am I working out in 30-degree weather? Because honestly, I might not have the opportunity to work out later, and I know I do right now. And the team that I'm playing with, we're actually undefeated right now, and I never want to feel like I'm the reason that we lose a game or something isn't executed properly, and so I need to make sure I'm at the top of my game. I always sort of pride myself on like that 1% better everyday mentality in everything that I do. And so naturally, this extends to that. Alright, so my hands are freezing. In my iPhone 15 Pro Max versus S24 Ultra video, I have that pinned right up here for you guys if you want to watch that after this video. I discuss one-hand usage and how even though this phone is much larger, it's easier to use one hand even when your hands are freezing in 30-degree weather like mine are, because there are customization options, right? Go to your Galaxy store, search up Good Luck, and then download the one-hand operation. Right out of the box, you can swipe down and enter this one-handed mode with the Galaxy S24 Ultra, but you can also customize it so you have this bar here, right? So if I swipe down, I bring on my recents. If I swipe up, I pull down my notification shade, and you can customize that in literally any way that you want. So if you want a massive, beautiful display that's easy to use one-handed, even if your hands aren't the largest, you absolutely can do that here because the customization allows you to. It's really a beautiful thing. So shower done, I'm gonna hurry up and get to this meeting so I don't get in trouble. And if you're wondering what a clinical supervision meeting is, this is future me talking to present you about past me's meeting. So if you hop on over here, I'll explain it to you in 3, 2. There's me over here with my 2 years worth of clinical experience. My supervisor has a lot more experience than I have. I have different questions about the type of clients that I'm working with, what types of strategies to use, answers my questions, helping me help a lot more people. So this is pretty freaking cool. So meeting is over and I set the phone to voice record specifically during a segment I was discussing, but I wanted to see what the AI could do here, right? Because I discuss phones in all of my videos as tools that can accentuate one's lifestyle. And so the phone did break down a transcript of what it is I was discussing, which is not necessarily something new we've seen in other phones before, but with the AI built into the phone, it also generated a summary for me of what it is I was saying with specific, accurate information, with keywords, and also with contextual information in the context specifically of two clinicians or psychologists discussing. Was this something I'm going to use all of the time? No, not necessarily, but the implications and the way that this can accentuate one's lifestyle are amazing, right? I mean, I can see for myself how I would use it after sessions, speaking to my phone for when I do my clinical summaries and my treatment plans, thinking even as far back when I was in graduate school, being able to set up the recorder, break down contextual, precise information about what it is that was said in that class can assist me in studying for my next exam, for my next paper. Technology is cool, man, and I have to say I'm really impressed with how well that worked out. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, I have a goal for hitting 50,000 subscribers at the end of the year to work towards being a full-time content creator. I love making content here on the channel for all of you guys. So hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date. And a thumbs up does go a long way to helping me out, pushes it out to the algorithm, all of that stuff. But anyway, enjoy your video. I'm starting off my day with 4 eggs, and for anyone looking for a high protein packed breakfast, my fiance Marie actually put me onto this. Get yourself some whole Greek yogurt, some have extra protein added into them, add some cinnamon, maybe some agave or honey if you're into that, and I added some walnuts, and that makes for a really, really delicious breakfast meal that is filling and is gonna help you build some muscle. All right, so I have a little bit of downtime right now before I have to do some paperwork and then go see my clientele for the day. So while I'm eating my yogurt and my eggs, I can play some Honkai Star Rail, which I have right here. Graphics wise, for the games that you're playing, you can literally ramp up everything to the maximum graphical settings at maximum frame rate, right? So like max texture, shadows, your bloom, anti-aliasing at 60 FPS. It is going to play all of those games excellently. Punishing Great Raven, Genshin Impact, and Honkai Star Rail. Second thing being the speakers. Just listen to this. In terms of sound, like the quality of speakers you're getting here are excellent, the bass, and also the quality at the higher ranges and the lower ranges. The mids have always, for the most part, been good. iPhone in general has sort of been like the leaders in phone speakers for a number of years now. 23 Ultra got really close. 24 Ultra, they're really good. I have to say that Samsung's done a really good job with the speakers here. So I think something good to put in perspective in terms of the battery life throughout your entire day. For me personally, the way that I use my phone is pretty much from the time that I wake up. The screen is on because I listen to a lot of podcasts pertaining to psychology. I'm listening to different psychiatrists and psychologists. And so the fact that it is currently 12:07 and I have 75% battery life, I'm about to leave to go see some clientele. I know for a fact this phone is going to get me to the end of the day exceptionally comfortably. So I just got done with one of my families for the day and I actually had to drive around the block just because I didn't want to like set this up and record in front of their house. Like, I'm weird, but I don't want them to think like I'm that weird. But this particular family, there's a lot of different things going on, and usually for these kinds of sessions I like to jot down notes. That way I have in mind the important things to record for like the treatment plan and the clinical notes that I have to put into our system later. And having an S Pen on hand is really fantastic for being able to do that and jot down some notes, so that way when I'm done my sessions later on in the day, that information isn't sort of like overwritten and forgotten. I'm not a robot, I do forget things. And so this is an awesome way to do that. Oh, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but check how cool this is out, right? So like my handwriting's pretty slanted. I can just click this little button over here, align my handwriting. And when you look at that, it is more neatly organized than when I initially wrote it. I mean, this thing really, truly is a helpful companion in a lot of different ways. Currently 11:23 at night. I have 34% battery. Not a super heavy gaming day, but was able to comfortably get to the end of my day with enough battery life, not stressing about it. Gonna wind down the night with some Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, but another day's worth of great battery life. And if you're like me, you love playing games, but because of life, the pockets of time you actually have to spend playing games is smaller than it used to be. And so when you do have time to play your games, you want to spend less time downloading them, less time loading them up, and more time actually like playing the games. And that's where Lexar's 1TB 4.0 NVMe SSD comes in. That's going to give you 1TB of storage to download even more games on your console and give you up to 5,200 megabytes per second in read speed and 4,700 in write speed. If you're not familiar with numbers, with like PCs and gaming and stuff like that, basically if you just picked up an Ally or a Steam Deck, you're going to be able to transfer files and load into your games faster than your console can out of the box. The Lexar's SSD also has SLC cache. Basically, again, all that means is that you're downloading games faster and you're loading into your games faster. These devices don't have the best, longest batteries, and so the SSD is actually going to automatically adjust its power consumption based on your device's load status. And so if you guys want to spend less time downloading and loading your games, then I'll have a link in the description down below for you guys, so that way you can actually spend more time like playing the darn thing. Nothing super crazy today, but I will say that I have noticed over the last like week and some change that there have been times when I'm pulling the S24 Ultra out of my pocket that sometimes the S Pen is sort of already unclicked and sticking out of the body. Usually not by a lot, but sometimes as much as this, and I don't realize it until I'm actually going to go pull the pen out to use it for, say, like my notepad or to circle something. And in a vacuum, that's not a catastrophic thing, but you know, it is a little concerning. You don't want that to fall out and then you lose it. Yeah, that would be an expensive loss. Also, this circle to search function is crazy, right? So you can open up your camera, it becomes the eyes of your phone. So say I'm looking at my sandals and I don't remember what brand or make they are or whatever. I can circle it, boom, right away, brings up my sandals. Or say for example, you know, just looking around and what's that? Let's see. Hold down here, let's circle that building, boom, brings up all the other Ultas. Or say for example, I don't know, I'm on X and I'm like, oh, that's a pretty cool wallpaper, I'm wondering what that is. I can hold it down, circle it, and it picks up exactly what it is. I mean, that circle to search function works incredibly well and it works really, really fast. There is Google Lens, but I think Samsung's implementation here is insanely impressive. 6:05 p.m. I'm gonna give my dad a call and see how this live translate goes. So I'm Puerto Rican and he talks to me in Spanish a lot, so let's see. Hey, Dad.
Hola, David, ¿cómo estás? Oye, estaba en YouTube y vi tu canal. Excelente.
Hi, David. How is he? I was on YouTube and I saw your excellent channel.
I'm doing pretty good, Dad. Thank you. I was calling to see how your day was. I'm glad you saw the YouTube channel. I'm glad you liked it.
Sí, ya se lo pasé a los amigos míos porque yo creo que le va a ayudar a ellos.
Yeah, I just passed it on to my friends because I think it's going to help you do that.
What did your friends think?
Bueno, que quieren comprar este teléfono.
Well, they want to buy you this phone.
All right, Pop, I love you. Thank you for taking the phone call, and I'll see you soon.
Okay, te quiero mucho.
Okay, I love you so much.
I have to say that is pretty darn cool. When it's giving you the text translation and the voice translation, it's not 100% accurate, but what it is it's good enough where I have an idea and an understanding of what it is he's trying to say to me, and that helps me inform what it is I'm trying to say back to them, and it translates it to them as well. And in terms of like bridging gaps, man, that's pretty darn sick. I have to say I'm pretty impressed with that. One of my absolute favorite things to do after it's been a day today specifically, just come to the park and hear nothing. I just hear the air and I hear some birds. And as you can probably tell by the massive light bouncing off of my face, it is exceptionally bright. And with the anti-reflective coating on the 24 Ultra, alongside the 2600 nits of brightness, I mean, I can see this thing with absolutely no problem. You can see a lot of things on like your iPhone 15 Pro Max pretty fine in bright daylight. That screen gets really bright. On the PCle 8 Pro as well, that gets super bright. I want to leave you guys with a quote that I heard a long time ago that really set in motion a lot of like my life goals and really put a lot of things into perspective. And this is not the exact quote, but it was something to the effect of, never worry about how long it will take to accomplish something. Because whether or not you choose to pursue that time will pass by anyway. I heard that quote in like early college. There were a lot of things that I wanted to do in multiple different directions, and YouTube was not one of them at the time. But I was always so concerned about wasting my life away and not having enough time, having to rush through things to make sure I got things done. And as life goes on, man, I mean, that's really held true. Just continue doing the thing that you want to do anyway. Keep on building towards it, because 10, 15 years from now, older you might look back and be like, dang, I wish I just put down one block every single day, you know? That's enough philosophy for now, but yeah. Keep building. All right, so say I want a picture of this bridge, right? Go in, take a picture, but I don't really want the trash cans there. So I go in, hit the set it, hit the AI button, and now what I can do is I can circle the trash can and the sign, and those little yellow posts too, because why not? I'm gonna hold down, hit erase. Good, now you have a picture without any trash cans. Just looks easy breezy, beautiful. Now what I do think is good is that you're getting a really nice looking image here, but it does tell you at the bottom that it is generated by AI, so I think that's good. AI is meant to be a tool to assist us, not to like fraudulence things, and so I think it's good that this is something that Samsung took into account here. All right, so on the camera you guys definitely cannot see this, but there is a bird in front of me. I want to say, in football terms, we're looking at like 10, 20, probably about 30 yards away, right? Gonna take a nice 200 megapixel image for you guys. And in me taking these pictures, you guys will see exactly the one that I'm talking about. We're gonna zoom in on that bad boy. It's kind of hard to get on that 100 times zoom because it's constantly moving with the water. There we go. If you ask me, I don't think the story on the S24 Ultra is done just yet. There is more content to be made and to be had. But thus far, I mean, at pretty much every single turn, there's a software feature that accentuates one's lifestyle in a really impactful way. And there are going to be things that you're not going to use every single day. There are going to be things that a lot of people aren't going to ever use at all. It's really cool knowing that if you need your phone to do something, the S24 Ultra more than likely can do it, and it can do it pretty well. Let me know in the comment section if you guys are thinking about picking one up for yourself, or if there are other phones that you think might fit you better. But thank you guys so much again for stopping by and hanging out. I wish you a fantastic remainder of your day, afternoon, or night, depending on the time that you are watching this. And as always, peace, love, and adios. Bye guys, and have a great day.